Hey folks, Brian, Valley Shooters Gunsmithing, Gunsmith 1 on YouTube there. Just going to show you a little bit of cleaning supplies. Just some of the basics, some more advanced, it depends on what you need to do with your firearm. Start off with some rubber gloves. They're great for keeping the chemicals off your hands, keeping your fingerprints off the firearm once it's clean. Bore snakes, wonderful little tool. Saves a lot of time, a lot of aggravation. It's got a built-in brush system in it. These are wonders. This one's 380, 9mm, 38 and 357 caliber. Get some hops lubricating oil. Just a little bit of lubricating oil on your moving parts goes a long way. You don't want to over lubricate. Rem oil is good for in your action, things like that. And they say it's not good for the action, but I spray a little bit and then rub it down. You got different types of patches you can use. It's like a fiberglass type mesh patch, and cotton patches. Either one's good. Cotton patches are great, the best, in my opinion. Q-tips. Q-tips work wonders. Get things and get into little tiny crevices. An array of brushes is good. Different brushes. This is 12 gauge, 10 gauge brushes, mops, 50 caliber, 20 gauge mop. So an array of brushes and mops for your firearms is the best option. Brushes, they make brushes to get into places, really scrub down parts. All kinds of different tiny ones. Picks, they make plastic picks. I find they break real easy, so I invested in a nice set of these are dentist picks actually. But for $10 or what have you, you can get a nice set, and they're great for hard to reach areas. Toothbrushes are also work handy. Old toothbrush, you got a kid take his old toothbrush when he gets a new one. This brush here is a flux brush from soldering, and they work good for moving things around and getting things out of where they need to be. Different jigs and adapters. You're going to need put a patch in there, put it on your brush, run it down the bore. But if you get the bore brush, it kind of eliminates the bore snakes. They kind of eliminate that. If you have a muzzle loader, pulling a ball out if you need to. Here's another different type of bore light. This little tiny one you slide down. Like it's good for muzzle loaders, things like that. Old school muzzle loaders where you can't take anything out to see down the barrel is good. This bore light is good. Comes in handy. Little set of tweezers. These are good for tiny screws, things like that, springs. Old snus can. It's great for holding little containers, little screws, little springs, so you don't lose them. Pipe cleaners. Actual pipe cleaners from smoker's department. So it works wonders. They get into tiny little areas. You can put a little bit of oil on them, do what you need to do. Hops oil. This is your solvent, gets all the black powder, things like that out of it. Barrel blaster for really nasty barrels. Spray some of this down there, let it sit on some newspaper for a while. It's good to go. Old towels, old rags, old youngin's clothes. Be perfect for wiping down afterwards. You get a set of screwdrivers that are meant for gunsmithing. They're flat here on the sides as opposed to tapered like a normal screwdriver. So stop from marring up your screws. Really hard to get things. You get some steel wool. This is real fine. This is 4/0 steel wool, and some green pad scrubbers are good to get hard rust or whatever off your firearm. After you're done, you can get yourself some Birchwood Casey barricade wipe your firearm down, put it in a sock, put it in your case, do whatever you need to do, put it away. You can also use silicone cloth, wipe it down. It acts the same way, but doesn't protect near like the barricade does. The barricade puts a little bit of a sheen on it. Always remember your gun safety. Make sure your firearm's unloaded before you begin to clean. But this is your basic cleaning supplies. You see I have some hammers here, little brass hammer, nylon and rubber double-sided mallet. Just make sure you have the correct tools to clean. The right tools for the right job is basically what it boils down to. When you're using the brushes, make sure what kind of brush you have. This is like nylon. This here is like a copper brass type of brush. This is a steel brush. This is more for steel on steel contact. Where it's real tough, you can use that. You just try not to make too many bad marks on your firearm. That's basically a kit. Some things more advanced, some things are real basic things. And like I said, your Q-tips. Your Q-tips are good for getting in little tiny places you can't get a bore brush or anything like that. Thanks for your time, folks.